Oh man, I can't believe they did that to me.
I say, did what, son? What happened?
They kicked me out of the club.
Hold up a minute, boy. Didn't you start that club?
Yeah, that's the unbelievable part. I mean, ain't that a kick in the head?
Oh, so you got exiled from your club. You know, boy, that reminds me of a story.
What doesn't remind you of a story? And what's exile?
Well, son, exile means being taken away from where you live or were born in, usually by force. Now, in the Bible, when the kingdoms of Israel and Judah were taken over by the armies of Babylon and Assyria, those armies basically just grabbed people up out of their homes and took them back to their country, a whole other country from what they were used to. Now that is exile.
Wow, that's rough. How were they treated?
Well, son, that depends on where they were in society. If it was the king or the king's family, they were more likely taken and just killed. Now, if you're decently well off and they just wanted your land, well, then they'd take you away and put you to work as a slave. Then somebody from their country would move on to your property and claim it like their own. Now, if you happen to be dirt poor, as most people were back then, they probably wouldn't take you at all. They'd just make you work for the new people coming in to take over the property.
Kind of makes getting kicked out of a club not seem like such a big deal, huh?
Well, son, a little bit, but it does kind of relate. I mean, you were forced out of something that you built. Now, the good thing about that Bible story is that eventually God brought his people back to their homeland. It's kind of like what happens when people get forgiven of their sins. They got kicked out of a good relationship with God because Adam and Eve messed up in the Garden of Eden. Now, thanks to Jesus' death and resurrection, people can ask for forgiveness and get themselves restored back into a good relationship again, like the exiles being returned to their land.
Yeah, but they're not going to let me back in the club.
Well, son, maybe that's not such a bad thing. Maybe you can put your abilities to use in a different way. Or maybe you could start another club. I mean, after all, you have done it before.
Hey, that's right. Why don't you and I go talk this over some more? I'm starting to get some ideas.
Sure thing, boy. Let's go.